welcome to my studio. Today we're going to be working on some nameplates or name settings for our Thanksgiving table. These are real quick, inexpensive, nice decorations that can just add that little bit of elegance to your Thanksgiving table. These are the cute little frames that you can pick up at the craft store. And we also picked up some of these as well. So if you can't find them, you always tell us that. So we've got those at miriamjoy.com. But get them while they're there because that's a one-time thing. So what I do is I take the back of these and I open them up. And I remove the little cutout. And the cutout is what I use to trace on the paper. And I picked out a variety of different kind of fall color paper that I thought would look good on the leaves. And you can use all kinds of different leaves. We'll talk about them in a minute. Don't be afraid to add something in with a pop of color. And that, you know, goes with the other fall colors as well, like the purple. Don't get stuck in the real traditional colors. I use this kind of reddish rust color with some lines going through it. And I kind of like that with the leaves. But whatever you decide is fine. So we're going to take our little paper cutout and we're just going to trace around that and use that as our pattern. And we're going to cut that out. And cut that out on the inside of your line. Otherwise, it doesn't fit quite right in the frame. So we want that just a little bit smaller than our pencil because our pencil line is actually wider. There's a little bit more room on it. And if you cut it a little bit too wide, you can trim it. I had to trim my last one. That's not a big deal at all. You just want to make sure that it's cut well enough not to show through on the other side. If you made it too small, you want to make sure that you don't see that. And if you need to clean the frame out, do that. I've got a little bit of something there. Looks like glue. So we want to clean that off, and you may need to use some window cleaner and clean that real well. And then we're just going to take our leaves, and I'm going to give you a video link that shows you how to laminate them. You also could use pressed ones and Mod Podge them on too if you wanted to. That is whatever you like. Now once they're laminated, we want to make sure that they will fit inside your oval. And if you need to take your frame and kind of just set it on there and see how that does, you can do that because you don't want a leaf that's too big that you can't put the name beside it as well. Now when we're cutting these laminated leaves out, you can see there's a white part around the outside, and that's where it's not sealed. So you want to make sure that you do not cut into that white part. You can cut pretty close up to it, but make sure that you leave that nice and sealed. And I always kind of put like a scissor blade length between me and the leaf. That seems to work well. Now up on the limb, I've got a stem there, so it's up, that white part is up a little bit. So I'm going to cut that up a little bit. But there we have our leaf. And we're just going to simply decide how we want that on there and what type of leaf you decided to end up using and what color looks best with your paper or what paper looks best with your leaves. Like I said, you could do all kinds of different leaves. I really like the yellow one on there as well, and that's really kind of cute too. So we'll go ahead and put that guy back on, and I'm going to just use my regular tacky glue, craft glue, to glue that on. pick it up. And if you make sure if you get any of that glue up on top that you kind of wipe that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the name. And I'm going to use a Sharpie first. And whoever you have that you want to put their name on for. So my sister's name is Arrow. So I am going to do Arrow. Just make sure that you allow enough room to write the whole name. If the name was bigger, you'd probably need to go a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to use a gold Sharpie, and I'm going to go over that again. And what that's going to do is just give you the shadow of the black. And just make that look more elegant. And it'll help that name show up. Now we don't want to do the name right up against the edge because again we have to allow that to show through. And put that right in there just like that. And put the little nubby back over the top of it, and you have that, and those would be really fast and simple to whip up for Thanksgiving, or you could even do them for Christmas. Just simply change your colors. If you're cleaning the frames, we did make a mistake and say clean them with your glass cleaner. You just want to clean them with warm water and soap on the plastic. You don't want to scratch that. And there is our little Thanksgiving name plates or name settings, and wasn't that fun and simple, and you could just sit down and whip those out. And if you need any of those, come over to our website at miriamjoy.com and pick those up there. We've got those for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving.